So recently I decided to check out the new movie Back to the Outback on Netflix. The movie came out late last year and I've been meaning to watch it for a while now, but I just keep putting it off. The movie follows a basic generic plot of a bunch of animals trying to find their way back to the wild. While this concept has been done to death, I feel like they did a fairly decent job with this movie. I'm not saying I'm really impressed with this film, I just feel like the script isn't really that bad. Most movies like this would usually have the same stereotypical animals, like characters from the African jungle, or something along the lines of that. But I feel like they picked a rather interesting cast of characters. The story follows 5 different animals. There's a snake named Maddie, a funnel web spider named Frank, a thorny devil named Zoe, and a scorpion named Nigel. So this movie consists of 5 deadly Australian animals, with the exception of a koala named Pretty Boy. They call him that because he's really cute. He is the most popular attraction in the entire zoo. The koala is so popular, he even has his own app, so people can view him 24/7 from anywhere in the world. He accidentally gets dragged off with the other characters against his will, but he doesn't want to go with them to the Outback. He prefers his life in the zoo. Personally, I don't like the name Pretty Boy for this character. I mean, I get the idea that he's supposed to be the cutest, most adorable animal in the zoo, but do they really have to call him Pretty Boy? Couldn't they have gone with something else? Something that sounds a little less silly? I can't really think of a better name for this character, but I'm sure there must be a better name out there than Pretty Boy. So most of the movie consists of the animals trying to find their way back to the Outback, while a zookeeper and his son try to catch the animals and return them to the wildlife park. This film did have a limited release in theaters. As far as I know, the movie was only released in American theaters for a limited time. I think it's a bit of a shame the movie didn't get a worldwide theatrical release. I feel like this movie might have had potential of doing really well at the box office. I do think the movie was particularly funny. It's not the funniest movie I've ever seen, but it definitely had some good jokes here and there. Although I don't really think any of the characters had much personality going for them, except for maybe Pretty Boy. Out of all the other characters, his personality seems to be the most developed. He doesn't want to be stuck with the other animals, and he makes that very clear since he spends most of the film insulting the other characters. I think he's definitely one of the funniest characters in the entire movie. I really think this is one of the best animated Netflix movies I've seen in a while. Netflix has produced a lot of animated movies over the years, but most of them fail to impress me. For example, I saw the movie Vivo about half a year ago, and I just plain didn't go for it. I didn't like the story, I felt the overall plot was too rushed. I feel like the music was okay though, but I still just didn't like Vivo. I don't know why I would ever bother watching it again. At least they were trying to make a good movie when they wrote Vivo, but Home Alone was even worse. Home Alone is one of the worst animated movies I've ever watched on Netflix. I feel like it had a really bland story, and the CGI wasn't very good either. But the graphics in Back to the Outback are actually very impressive for a Netflix movie. They look like a theatrical film. I'm not saying they're the best graphics in the world, but they're definitely better than Home Alone. Really, the only negative thing I can say about Back to the Outback is that the story's been done over 1,000 times. And as much as I do think this is one of the best Netflix animated movies I've ever seen, it's not really worth watching more than once. I might watch it again one day, but I sincerely doubt it. So I think I give this movie a 9 out of 10. I enjoyed the movie, but I'm not really that crazy about it. The movie wasn't really anything special, so I don't necessarily recommend it unless you really want to watch it. Well, that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think of Back to the Outback in the comments, and I'll see you next time.